What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Elevator Life.
What would you do if I offered you $10 million to buy your company? That's what we were just talking about, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. We were kind of figuring out where we'd go on that one. I think I'd take it and then turn it into something.
Entrepreneurship conversations, though.
Yeah.
Fantastic. If you're not surrounding yourself with other entrepreneurs, you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's those kind of conversations that people hear and they go, that's a little bit ridiculous. 2 years ago, they were saying the same thing about becoming, importing American wines. So,
to be fair, we were talking about someone else's business that is doing very well. What would you do if you were in that position?
No, that wasn't our business. No. We're just
What would you do in that position if they were going to buy your company out from under you? Yeah, you make a lot of money, but it's gone. The potential for more than that. But what we like about that situation is, let the experts do that. Let me take that and try to make more money. Anyway, that's not here or there.
Yeah,
Let's get into it today. What are we talking about?
That's about to be a huge conversation. Anyway, back to the point. Something we've never talked about on here that our new roommate kind of brought up to us was Chinese friends and why you need them in China. And we kind of thought that was a kind of funny topic, but he explained it a little more, and that's kind of what we're going to jump into today.
One of the first things people learn about when they either start talking about life in China or are living in China's Guangxi. Relationships, obviously in every shape, form, country, land, anywhere is extremely important. Relationships are the basis of everything. Obviously here in China it's extremely important. Chinese friends, Chinese business relationships, they're all based on how do you build relationships with a Chinese person? What are those relationships based on? How are they? All that kind of thing.
How do you build the trust?
Yeah.
And I just did a little interview, a private interview for Enter China for our community in there. And I interviewed an expert who's been here since 1984, who's been coming to China. And he himself has said nothing has changed in Guangxi. If anything, it's become more important with how China's opening up these past nearly 30 years. 30 plus years almost. And he's just, our experience on it has been the same as his, and he's been here nearly 10 times longer than we have. So it just goes to show how important this trust relationship is to do something in China. If you want to get something done, Guangxi is going to be more than, it's going to be the thing that takes your business to the next level.
One more story. One of our good buddies here, good foreign expat business owner, he's been here for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
He was telling us the other day, we were catching up, we were just shooting the shit. He was telling us, giving us updates on where he was at in business. And he's actually starting a distribution center. We're not going to go into the type of distribution center it is, but he's actually one of the only foreign companies that will be allowed to do this anywhere in China.
Incredible.
And to do this, the only way and the only reason why other foreign companies aren't doing this is you need a stamp of approval from the highest man in government. Okay, in each city. Well, that stamp was given out 30 times. That seal of approval was given out 30 times last year. He was one of them, and he was obviously the only foreigner. And that's how far his Guangxi goes. He was actually having a meeting with a very, very, very high-ranking official.
Yeah. And
that's how important Guangxi is.
Yeah, it's, again, the most important aspect, network. But today what we're going to be covering a little bit is just the importance of everyday life, of getting settled here, getting started here, solving problems here in China. You're going to need to have at least a few Chinese connections.
That's what it starts with. Okay, he is the Michael Jordan of Guangxi.
Yeah, definitely.
But you got to start with the basics, the everyday relationships. When you move here, can be easy for a lot of people just to surround yourselves with expats. Life's easy. They all speak English. You think on the same wavelength. You have the same values, way of life. It becomes easy to try and surround yourself with that. However, Chinese life here without Chinese friends can be a little difficult.
Yeah, I mean anything from finding an apartment to finding a place to shop, getting foods, negotiating. Who had a problem with it? Get a new SIM card, something like that. Negotiating metro maps. All of those are seen as impossible tasks for people who are visiting here or who've just moved here if they don't have the help of a local who can help have these conversations and help guide you along through them.
Yeah, Chinese friends really do give you a crutch to lean on when you find yourself in hard spots.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will be stuck in situations where you simply you need help, and they will very generously help you.
Some of the most helpful people.
Amazing.
They're
Amazing.
very selfless. They're very open. They're very open to you. They're willing to help you, all day long if they need to. Just because they're very proud people too, and they want you to really enjoy what China can offer you as long as you get started on the right foot.
Moving on, people will go, okay, well, how do I start making Chinese friends? It's very simple, guys. You just got to live life. You got to really throw yourself out of your apartment, get out there. If you like sports, go play basketball, go play football, sign up for teams, okay, with other expats you'll play against Chinese teams, you'll meet Chinese. Whatever you like doing, get out there and do it. If you're working for a company, there'll be Chinese employees there. Make efforts to interact with them. They love trying to speak English. You can do a language sharing program with them. Just live life, but make sure you get out of your comfort zone and start interacting.
Tim was playing basketball with the guy who eventually led us down the path of wine. A good friend of ours, Alex, he's a male model here. His agent and him hang out all the time, and Alex speaks no words of Chinese, but if there's a problem or he runs into some trouble, obviously that guy's going to do everything he can to help him. It's a real friendship, and it really helps, I guess, accelerate or greatly enhances the rate that you get to understand China on a more personal, livable level.
Exactly. And it's funny because even this is a little off topic, but say you're sourcing products, okay? If I call a factory, there's going to be a certain reaction that I'm going to get as a foreigner. Maybe I get higher prices, maybe I get that. But that kind of situation presents itself in many, many different places. So if you try and get into a club and you're just a foreigner, guys are going to be, you're going to get different treatment. But if you're with Chinese friends, this guy all of a sudden appears way more trustworthy. He's got Chinese friends. Just like instead of I call a factory, my assistant calls a factory and she's talking on my behalf. Oh, okay, this is what... And so that situation, there's just so many benefits of it.
Yeah, it really is just one of the most beneficial things to have. I mean, I think it's true, universal anywhere. You should befriend the locals and try to build a relationship with them off the bat. But again, in China, where that's of utmost importance, you definitely that needs to be a focus of yours from when you land to, as long as your time is in China.
Yep. So, we all know these relationships are extremely important, but you got to start with the basics. So before you can become the Michael Jordan of Guangxi here in China, you got to just get out in daily life. Connections will lead to other connections, will lead to other connections, and soon enough, 5-10 years down the road, you'll be super Guangxi individual.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want. That's where we're trying to get. Have that good Guangxi. Again, guys, Chinese friends, no joke. Once you land here, start trying to make some, and your life will be exponentially easier the sooner you do.
All right, guys.
Cheers, everyone.